here to navigate. Standing here by the Plaza Hotel on Fremont Street here in Las Vegas. I've decided to start with Las Vegas because, well, one, this is where I live, and two, the city has a lot more to do than just the stereotypical party experience that most people are used to when it comes to mentioning Las Vegas. I brought you up to Fremont Street to kind of start with some of the history of Las Vegas. So behind me is the train track that actually gave Las Vegas its start. You see, as the railroad was moving east across the country out of California, they decided that Las Vegas would be a great place for it to stop because of its access to water. Here it could refuel and they could rest and do maintenance, and that's where Fremont Street really got its start with Hotel Nevada. So here behind me is the Golden Gate Hotel. This is actually the location. Where is it? There we go. This is actually the location of the original Hotel Nevada. It was built in 1906. It was the first hotel that existed in Nevada. It's still here today, only now it is known as the Golden Gate. But basically, right here is where Las Vegas started. And this is now the start of the Fremont experience. Let me get out of here. We are getting very close to the next segment, but I gotta get a new blinker so I don't get pulled over. You might be asking if I'm doing an ad for this law firm behind me, but no, I'm actually not here for the billboard. What I am here for is what is behind this fence right here. Now, it is a giant empty lot that's used for events, but in 1941, this is the location of the original El Rancho. A guy named Bugsy Siegel and another one named Meyer Lansky. This duo was the first mob duo to bring mob-funded, crime-funded casinos into Las Vegas. This location is where the new strip that we know and goes down this way behind me started. Now, Bugsy was killed in 1947, but the reign of the mob didn't stop there. They continued to use money from crimes to build more and more casinos, including the one right here behind me, the Sahara. We're gonna keep moving down the strip. So I'm here at the famous Las Vegas sign. This is a popular spot for tourists to go and visit. The fabulous Las Vegas sign is the next historic stop on our journey through Las Vegas. In 1959, Betty Willis of Western Neon designed the sign, and it was installed as her gift to Las Vegas. An interesting bit about the sign, it used to be rather dangerous for tourists to get to, as the pavilion that I pulled into wasn't built until 2008. Now there are 30-some parking spots, and tourists can very easily access the sign for their photo. Now I love living in Las Vegas. Even with what happened in 2020, it's still a wonderful place to live because you get all these magnificent structures that you see behind me. Just a really pretty place to live day and night. But then you get this. Beautiful, gorgeous mountains all around the city. But we are at the final location for today. I'll tell you all about it once we get down there. Well, here we are at the final location, the Mirage. You might be wondering why the Mirage is so important compared to all of the other major resorts that are on the Strip. Well, when building was finished in 1974, the Mirage completed the first real all-inclusive resort. And what that means is that it took every aspect of Las Vegas that you could get. Live shows, gambling, restaurants, the entire experience, and put it into one building. So you could rent a room here at the Mirage and never have to leave the building. With the restaurants and bodega-style grocery stores, you literally had everything you needed in one building. It also has a botanical garden. It has kind of a zoo. They call it the Secret Garden here, which is a dolphin and wild cat exhibit. Now, the wild cat exhibit didn't get started until after the incident with Siegfried and Roy, but the dolphins have been here as well. Originally, this building was slated to cost $580 million, but ended up costing $630 million, which today would be about $3.5 billion to build this building. The other reason this is important is that in the time of its construction, tourism in Las Vegas had actually really started to dwindle, with New Jersey legalizing gambling and Atlantic City taking a lot of the traffic. So once this new experience was put into place, all the tourism started to come back. Hey folks, I'm just finishing up editing this video and I realized that I never shot a sign-off in the field. So, you know, for all the mistakes I made, we're just gonna throw that one up on the list. I did have a really great time shooting it, planning for it, sharing Las Vegas history with you guys. Now, I also realized that at the beginning of the video, I kind of talked about things to do in Las Vegas, and then it was kind of just me misspeaking for what the intention of the video was. I'm planning on doing more of these. There's some small ghost towns that are close to Las Vegas that I want to take you guys to and show you those too. Some of them have turned into tourist attractions more so than others, with different things to do and see there. If you've made it this far, I really appreciate it. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much as I try to get this going. I haven't shot the channel trailer yet, but there's going to be different things coming out of the channel, and I'm going to cover all that stuff in the channel trailer. So if you like this, or maybe you just feel pity, I don't know, feel free to give me those 3 clicks, you know, the ones we need to kind of take stuff off the ground. And I want to share all my projects and adventures with you guys. Anyway, if you want to go check out my designs for the store, that would be great too. Or if you just want to come here and watch my dogs ruin all my shots, feel free to stop on by. Thanks. Have a stellar day.